Reborn 1 hour before the end of the world. I didn't have a plan to hoard supplies. Instead, I ran straight to the Apple store and bought the newest iPhone with the most storage. Then I went on a frantic app downloading spree, just in time to hear the familiar, mechanical voice from my last life. The apocalypse is here. Before the countdown ends, the last object you touch will become your ability item. My apartment is empty? My DoorDash app can summon food out of thin air. An Arctic blast is coming? My Amazon app can conjure the warmest gear. And a zombie trying to bite me? Not a chance. I have Norton antivirus. The phantom pain of teeth tearing into the back of my neck was still there. I stood frozen for a full minute before it sank in. I was back. I'd been reborn. My heart was pounding out of my chest, my hands shaking as I checked my phone. 6 p.m. I had exactly 1 hour until that mechanical voice broadcasted the end of the world. No time to think. I grabbed my keys and sprinted to the nearest mall. I pulled up my Apple Pay, my words a blur. Newest iPhone, max storage. I don't care about the price, I just need it now, please. The sales guy was beaming, happily handing over the box. But just as I was about to pay, a hand snatched my old phone away. An angry voice followed. Mia, are you insane? You make, what, 50 grand a year? You can't afford this. That voice. It was my boyfriend, Jake, and his coworker, Tiffany. The same two scumbags who shoved me into a zombie horde in my last life. I dug my nails into my palms, drawing blood, just to stop myself from strangling him right then and there. This wasn't the time for a fight. I swallowed my rage and forced myself to sound calm. Jake, how I spend my money is none of your business. Give me back my phone. Now. He shoved it into his pocket. No. You're too irresponsible with money. How are we ever supposed to save for a house? You expect me to support you? I'm holding on to this for your own good. We're breaking up, I said without a second of hesitation. Give it back. Jake was stunned for a moment, then his face twisted in anger. You're breaking up with me over a phone? Mia, why are you so materialistic? Look at Tiffany. She's frugal, down to earth. You should learn from her. Tiffany fluttered her eyelashes, her voice sickeningly sweet. Jake, don't be so hard on her. She doesn't work with us, she doesn't know how hard you work. She can't be as supportive as I am. She shot me a tiny, triumphant smirk. In my last life, Jake and I were at home when the countdown ended. Our ability items were a chef's knife that could cut through steel and a Zippo lighter that shot fireballs. With those, we survived the first few days, even managed a few supply runs. Then Tiffany showed up. Her ability item was a pair of nail clippers. She offered to join our group, purring that in a world like this, she didn't mind sharing a man. Jake was thrilled. The world was ending, after all. Marriage laws didn't exactly apply. I refused and told them our relationship was over, we were allies, nothing more. I ignored them when they made out in front of me and insisted we split all resources based on contribution. But the second supplies got low, they pushed me into a swarm of zombies and watched me die. I glanced at the time. 6:25 p.m., 35 minutes left. I still had to get home and download my arsenal of apps. I lunged for his pocket, but he swatted my hand away, raising his fist like he was about to hit me. Even if we break up, you owe me for all the dinners and gifts. Your old phone is collateral until you pay me back. I truly hated myself for ever dating this loser. I was about to scream for security when I saw two cops walking past the storefront. My eyes lit up. Help. Police. I need help. The officers heard me and walked over immediately. I pointed a shaking finger at Jake. Officer, he stole my phone. Jake paled. He immediately pulled my phone out of his pocket and tried to hand it to me with a pathetic smile. No, it's a misunderstanding. She's my girlfriend. We were just messing around. The cop looked at me skeptically. Is that true, miss? Normally, I'd have him dragged to the station. But I didn't have time to file a report. I had my phone back. That's all that mattered. I'm not pressing charges, I said. Thank you for your help. As soon as they left, I paid for the new phone and rushed out, my heart still hammering in my chest. Outside, the evening rush was in full swing. People were oblivious. The sky was clear. But I knew what was coming. Extreme weather, flesh-eating monsters, starvation. As I ran for my car, I heard Tiffany's voice drift over. She's so dramatic, Jake. I would never do that to you. I just want to take care of you. Ha, Jake scoffed. She called the cops on me. If she doesn't come crawling back on her knees, I'm never taking her back. Back home, door double-bolted, I began my frantic app downloading spree. Facebook, Amazon, DoorDash, eBay, Spotify, every popular app one could think of. A whole folder of games, from Candy Crush to Call of Duty. I even downloaded a few seasons of The Office. By the time the last app installed, the clock hit 6:59 p.m. The apocalypse is here. Before the countdown ends, the last object you touch will become your ability item. The mechanical voice echoed in everyone's mind. 59, 58. I gripped the new phone, my palms slick with sweat. Through my open window, I could hear people shouting below. Is this some kind of prank? A radio show stunt? Probably a flash sale at Target. I don't have time for this, I'm gonna be late for my night shift. But what if it's real? Maybe we should grab a baseball bat or something. As the countdown hit 0, a surge of energy shot through me. The phone was still in my hand. With a thought, a holographic display of my phone's home screen floated in the air in front of me. Each app icon glowed with a faint silver light. It looked like something straight out of a sci-fi movie. My phone was my ability item. I hesitantly tapped the holographic DoorDash icon. I selected KFC and ordered a bucket of chicken. A second later, a steaming bucket of fried chicken materialized out of thin air and landed on my coffee table. A small line of text appeared next to the app icon. Daily uses, 1/100. I was so excited I could have done a backflip. Anyone who hasn't lived through the apocalypse can't understand the pure bliss of a full stomach. Forget fried chicken, by the end, people were fighting over tree bark. Just then, a video call request popped up. It was Jake. I answered. Quick, show me your apartment, he demanded. I didn't know what he was up to, but I panned the camera around the room. What do you want? He laughed, a smug, ugly sound. Nothing but that fried chicken, huh, Mia? You know, with this ability stuff, all the animals and plants out there are probably going to mutate. It's too late to go on a supply run now. I raised an eyebrow. Sounds like you're well stocked. He flipped his camera around, showing off a pantry full of chips, ramen, and soda. Thanks to you, actually. Remember all those Amazon packages you had sent to my place when you were planning to move in? I've got enough to last at least 2 weeks. So, you're calling to share? A shrill female voice cut in. In your dreams. Tiffany shoved her face into the camera, clinging to Jake's arm. You're the one who broke up with a great guy like Jake. Don't expect him to protect you or feed you now. She smirked. Besides, our ability items are a butcher knife and a Zippo lighter. What's yours? I glanced around my empty room and lied. I was napping when the voice came on. I was touching my blanket. Tiffany burst out laughing. A blanket? Your power is a blanket. She was about to say something else when the call disconnected. I'd been automatically added to a group chat. The member count was climbing exponentially, already past 10,000. The group name, Chicago Official Comms. Someone's ability must have been communication-based. The group admin's first message confirmed it. Hello everyone. I'm Chris, from the mayor's office. My ability item allows me to create a citywide communication network. This group is for official announcements and to keep you all informed. Please change your nickname to your ability item, followed by your name. Example, Sledgehammer, Tom. A colleague of mine was holding a stack of delivery manifests. He can teleport supplies to anyone in this group based on their nickname. Everyone who changes their name will receive a basic starter pack of supplies. Please remain calm. We will do our best to provide aid every 3 days. People quickly followed the instructions. I changed my name to Blanket, Mia. A few seconds later, a plastic grocery bag appeared on my floor. Inside was a pack of ramen, a few bottles of water, and some carrots. Almost immediately, Tiffany tagged me and Chris in the chat. Lighter, Tiffany, so what does an ability blanket do? Is it extra warm? Just asking the admin, do people with useless abilities like this still get resources? I mean, who knows what's out there? There could be zombies, like in the movies. We should probably prioritize supplies for people who can actually fight. Knife, Jake, she's right. People like us with combat abilities will be on the front lines. I suggest we ration supplies based on how useful your ability is. After a brief silence, others chimed in, the selfishness of human nature on full display. Wrench, Kevin, makes sense. The biggest contributors should get the biggest share. Water pistol, Leo, yeah, how are we supposed to fight if we're weak from hunger? Icepick, Pam, they can have some scraps, I guess. But for every one ration they get, we should get 2. Chris, the admin, didn't respond right away. A system notification popped up. Chopsticks, Diane attempted to change group nickname. Failed. -1 point. 9 points remaining. Toothbrush, Will attempted to change group nickname. Failed. -1 point. 9 points remaining. Chris must have locked the nicknames. But what were these points? Then the mob turned on me. It's your fault. You must have pissed off that Tiffany girl. Can't you keep your drama private? Now you're dragging all of us into it. Just leave the group if you know what's good for you. I was stunned. What did I even do? Before I could type a reply, the admin spoke up. Admin_Chris, everyone has an equal right to basic supplies. Do not start fights in this channel. Violators will be removed. Everyone starts with 10 points. Rule violations will result in deductions. Contributions to the group will earn points, which can be redeemed for better supplies and weapons later. A list will be posted. The chat went quiet again. Someone nervously asked, Admin, are we allowed to go outside to get our own supplies? Admin_Chris, the city is not under lockdown. However, reports indicate that it is extremely dangerous outside. We strongly advise you to shelter in place. A wave of despair washed over the chat. Someone typed, I can't believe this is happening. I woke up this morning and everything was normal. A heavy, sad mood settled over the group. I looked outside. It was 7:30 p.m. I thought for a moment, then sent a private message to Chris. Starting at 8 p.m., the temperature is going to drop. Fast. About 5 degrees every hour. You should warn people to prepare for the cold. He started a voice call instantly, his tone urgent. Is your ability related to precognition? I knew because I'd lived this before. But there was a simpler explanation. What smartphone doesn't have a weather app? Not exactly, I said. I just have access to a very accurate forecast. It's going to hit 50 below zero within 3 days. After that, day 4, it's going to swing the other way. A heat wave. It'll top out at 120. 3 days of heat, then day 7 is a biblical level thunderstorm. I added, apologetically, that's all I have for now. Just the first week. Chris was audibly relieved. Thank you. This is invaluable information. If this proves accurate, I'll add points to your account immediately. He posted a group announcement with the forecast, crediting me. Additionally, a trading function has been enabled in the group for resource exchange. A lot of people thanked me. Most had winter clothes and heavy blankets. But a few who were new to the city started panicking. $1,000 for 2 heavy comforters and 2 winter coats. Anyone. I'll trade 3 bottles of water and a pack of beef jerky for a warm jacket. I was about to ignore them, but one message caught my eye. Hi, it's just me and my grandma here. We don't have any thick blankets. I have $103.60 saved up. Can anyone sell me one? I checked his profile. It was a kid, maybe 15. The pictures of him and his grandma looked genuine. I typed back, add me as a friend. Send me your location. He flooded my DMs with thanks. Thank you, miss. Thank you so much. Immediately, other messages popped up in the main chat. Hey, lady, why so cheap for him? I'll give you 500 for one. I'll pay 1,000. And, right on cue, Tiffany reappeared. At blanket, Mia, so your special blanket can make more blankets? Is that it? Trying to drum up some business? Drive up the price so we have to trade you our good gear for your stupid comforters? Don't listen to her, everyone. First she's a blanket, now she's a weather forecaster? It's obviously a scam. That kid asking for help and the people bidding are probably just her alt accounts. She's making it all up. A surprising number of people believed her. The chat filled with accusations. Seriously? The world is ending and you're trying to price gouge? Have a heart. Yeah, if it's really going to be that cold, why would you sell a blanket for $100? You're trash. Admin, can you kick this person out? I laughed. It was a bitter, angry sound. I try to help, and this is what I get? Fine. I typed back a cheerful reply. You got me, I'm a total scammer. Whatever you do, definitely don't waste your resources on warm blankets. A few of them replied defiantly, don't worry, we won't. Good, I thought. Let's see how proud you are when you're a human popsicle. A notification popped up, a new friend request. I accepted. It was the kid from the chat. He sent a quick hello, then immediately tried to Venmo me the money. Miss, where are you located? I was surprised. You're not worried I'm a scammer? After what everyone in the chat said. He replied instantly, no. My grandma is old. I can't take the risk of her getting sick. A good kid. Keep the money, I typed back, declining the payment. You'll need it for other things after the world ends. Just send me your address. After he sent it, a voice message came through. His voice was a mix of gratitude, nervousness, and a sliver of hope. Thank you, miss. Then, a hesitant question, is the world really going to end? I sighed. I don't know, kid. I opened my holographic Amazon app. The daily use counter read 0/100. I selected a heavy down comforter, but when I typed in the boy's address, an alarm blared. Warning. Warning. Program error. I frowned and tried again, this time with my own address. A second later, a large, fluffy comforter dropped onto my floor. The Amazon counter now read 1/100th, and a new line of text appeared. Premium features are for subscriber use only. Thank you for your cooperation. Fair enough. I accepted the limitation. I looked at the new comforter on the floor. I could still send this one to the kid. But how? I was about to use the group chat's trading function when an idea sparked. Hey, Siri. I said tentatively. Yes? A holographic, humanoid robot flickered into existence in front of me. I grinned. Which app can I use to send one of my own items to someone else? I trusted my own phone's ecosystem more than some makeshift group chat function. I made sure to emphasize my own items. One moment, I'm looking that up for you. You can use the send item function in your messages app. I opened it, and sure enough, under the attachments option, there was a new icon, a little box with a shipping label. I tapped it and aimed my phone's camera at the comforter. It dissolved into a flash of white light and vanished. A moment later, a message from the kid popped up, his excitement practically buzzing through the screen. Miss, it just appeared out of nowhere. It went whoosh and now it's here. You're amazing. I could almost see his wide, worshipful eyes. I smiled. Glad it got there. After that, I went on a DoorDash spree. First, a dozen different bubble teas from my favorite shop. After placing the order, I noticed that as long as it was from the same restaurant, no matter how many items I ordered, it only counted as one use. I took a sip of each one. Pure bliss. I, a perpetually broke, ramen for dinner millennial, had finally achieved bubble tea freedom. In the middle of the apocalypse. But why stop there? I ordered fresh fruit from Whole Foods via the Amazon app. Peaches, mangoes, blueberries, cherries, even a whole durian. They materialized on my coffee table one after another. Fruit freedom. Then I remembered all the foodie trips I'd never taken because of work and lack of funds. I pulled up DoorDash again and, on a whim, tried changing my location to a famous Peking duck restaurant in New York City. A glistening, perfectly roasted duck, still sizzling and dripping with fat, appeared on a platter in front of me. It even came with paper-thin pancakes, scallions, and hoisin sauce. I took a bite. The crispy skin, the tender meat. I'd been eating tree bark in my last life. I almost cried. Next up, a lobster roll from a little shack in Maine. Another bite, another wave of near tears. Suddenly, tree bark didn't seem so bad in comparison. I polished off my cross-country feast and leaned back on the sofa, contentedly scrolling through the group chat. Most people were posting sad pictures of their meager supplies. Then there was one guy, clearly humble bragging. Guess I'll have to ration carefully. Who knows when we'll be able to go out again. The picture was of lobster thermidor, king crab legs, and foie gras. Well, don't mind if I do. I quickly placed a new order. My daily use counter ticked up to 15/100. I finally understood the plight of the rich. So much food, so little time. The guy also posted pictures of his penthouse, all gold fixtures and marble floors. And then, a shot of his fully stocked, commercial-grade pantry. Enough to make anyone in the chat contemplate a life of crime. I shook my head. Bragging? Now? It was like throwing a steak into a cage of starving wolves. Someone in the chat commented, a sinister edge to their words, nice place, bro. Where you at? Maybe we can hang out when this is all over. The guy dropped his location pin. Of course. A penthouse in the John Hancock Center. A billionaire. Think I'm an idiot, he wrote. Right before the countdown, I was holding the deed to this building. This whole place is my ability item. It recognizes me as its owner. Anyone else tries to get in, well, you've been warned. He posted a clip from his security camera. A bird had landed on the front door handle. A flash of blue light, and the bird was instantly zapped into a perfectly cooked little nugget. People in the chat were either fawning over him or complaining that they should have grabbed their own property deeds. A few minutes later, someone asked, "Is it just me, or is it getting colder?" Yeah, a little. It's not too bad though. You don't think that girl was right, do you? It's not actually going to hit 50 below? If she was, we owe her a huge thank you. Tiffany couldn't stand seeing me get any credit. It's called nighttime. The sun goes down, it gets colder. Basic science, people. Jake chimed in, Mia is my ex. She's broke, works a dead-end job, and just blew her last paycheck on that phone because she's obsessed with appearances. She's probably just trying to scam you all for money. Oh, so that's what this is about. She's horrible. What a scumbag. I didn't bother arguing. I was too busy ordering a generator, a central heating and air conditioning unit, and a state-of-the-art security system. Which brought me to a new problem. Where am I going to put all this stuff? I muttered to myself. Siri's hologram reappeared. I've detected that you have several home design games installed on your phone. You can renovate a house within a game and then apply the changes to your current location. I was floored by the sheer, wonderful absurdity of it all. My fingers flew across the holographic screen. I took the game's default broken-down shack and upgraded it to a sleek, modern, one-bedroom villa. I held my breath and tapped to apply. In an instant, my cramped, one-bedroom apartment was gone, replaced by the spacious, stylish villa from the game. Daily renovations, 1/100. Tears welled in my eyes again. My tiny apartment, which I had scrimped and saved for years to afford, was now a luxury home I could have only dreamed of. And I could upgrade it for free. I didn't waste any time. I immediately installed all the heating, cooling, security, and defense systems I had ordered. By midnight, I was curled up on my new leather sofa, watching Netflix on a massive flat-screen TV. In front of me was a bubbling hot pot and a platter of grilled skewers. I checked the frost on the windows and asked Siri for a temperature update. It is currently -20 degrees Fahrenheit outside. The interior temperature is a comfortable 72 degrees. I opened the group chat. It was chaos. At Lighter, Tiffany you bitch. We listened to you. We didn't prepare anything for the cold. My family is freezing to death. We can't even talk anymore. You better have an answer for this. I recognized the usernames. They were the ones who had been loudest in their attacks against me. Tiffany and Jake were silent. Chris, the admin, finally stepped in. We have confirmed through other channels that the temperature is indeed dropping rapidly, as Mia predicted. Please find any means necessary to stay warm. The trading function is still active. Please help each other. A system notification popped up. Your group points have been updated. Current total, 30. With official confirmation, the chat exploded again. Dozens of people were tagging me, begging for blankets. A few of them wrote long, sob story apologies, talking about their sick kids and elderly parents. I almost felt bad for them, until I noticed a new feature on my holographic chat interface, a malice meter. Next to each username was a rating. 0 to 60, safe to interact. 60 plus, advised to avoid. The kid I'd helped had a malice meter of 0. The people currently showering me with compliments? All over 60. And their usernames were the same ones who had told me to get lost earlier. I replied to them all with a single, polite message. Sorry, I only have enough for myself. I can't help you. Their tone shifted instantly, and they started cursing me out for being selfish. Then a private message from Jake came through. Mia, your blanket ability, can it make unlimited blankets? Or is it just super warm? Look, if you give me a few dozen blankets, I'll take you back. I'll even forgive you for being so materialistic. I took a sip of orange juice. You actually think you're valuable enough to trade for life-saving supplies in an apocalypse? He replied instantly, fine, I get it. I won't take them for free. I'll trade you 5 loaves of bread and a bottle of water for a few dozen blankets. Deal? Hurry up. He was so sure I was desperate. You only have that 1 bucket of chicken. You won't last the week. This cold snap is only 3 days. You're getting the better end of this deal. Actually, on second thought, that's too generous. 3 loaves of bread and the water. Now hurry up, it's freezing in here. The nerve. Using the supplies I had bought and sent to his apartment to try and barter with me. No deal. I took a moment to admire my new villa's defense stats, then snapped a few pictures of my hot pot, the barbecue, the fresh fruit, the bubble tea, and sent them to him. I have plenty of food, thanks. He immediately started a video call. I answered. His and Tiffany's eyes went wide. Mia, how do you have all that? And your apartment, it's different. Did you move? None of your business, I said sweetly. Jake quickly shifted gears, his voice turning syrupy. Mia, baby, I was wrong. You're the love of my life. I was just mad because I wanted to be the one to buy you that phone. I was planning to surprise you with it, I swear. I smirked. Really? Then who's that pressed up against you right now? He shoved Tiffany away so hard she stumbled and hit her arm on a table. She winced but quickly recovered. I'm sorry, Mia. It was just so cold. Jake and I are just friends, that's all. Jake's eyes darted around, greedily taking in all my supplies. Come on, Mia. Just a little food? Some warm blankets? For old time's sake. The sight of a grown man whining was nauseating. Suddenly, a blood-curdling scream echoed from outside. I ended the call and ordered a pair of high-powered binoculars from Amazon. I looked outside, and my blood ran cold. The zombies were here. The group chat was flooded with blurry videos. A mangled body lying next to a single, useless blanket. Then, a chilling announcement from Chris. The zombies are humans who have turned. This means they may have retained their human's ability item. For your safety, cease all trades. A zombie could use a trade to pinpoint your location. As if on cue, a frantic message appeared. Help us. At Extinguisher, Laura, that woman is a zombie. She's in our living room, she just killed our nanny. Someone, please help. He attached a clip from his living room security camera. How did she get in? Someone asked. She had a location-based ability. We traded with her, and the next thing we knew, she was at our front door. We didn't know. The second we opened the door, she bit our nanny's throat out. A wave of fear swept through the chat. Admin_Chris, we're sending a team. Barricade your bedroom door. Amid the panic, I tagged the person asking for help. My message was simple. Go outside. Close the front door behind you. You'll be safe. Someone immediately attacked me. Are you trying to get them killed? The zombie is in their living room. What do you expect from someone who wouldn't even share a blanket? She has no conscience. Admin_Chris, ? I took a bite of a juicy peach, stretched, and typed my reply. Because that zombie is currently knocking on my front door. I opened my Google Lens app. Laura. Basic zombie. Proficient with ability item. Low intelligence. Ability item, fire extinguisher. Can teleport to the entrance of any address, provided a fire extinguisher is present at that location. In my private messages, Tiffany's malice meter had hit 90. I don't know how you redecorated, Mia, but I know you didn't move. The video of the guy who got eaten was from our complex. And I heard the screaming outside your place right before you hung up. I took a gamble, and it paid off. After the zombie is done with you, Jake and I are moving in. Ha 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 ha. A single, low-level zombie? Please. Time to test out my villa's new defense system. The zombie, frustrated that I wasn't opening the door, picked up the fire extinguisher on my porch and tried to smash the door in. A flash of silver light, and the door's kinetic recoil system activated. The zombie was launched backward like a cannonball, straight through the porch railing and over the edge. A long, fading scream echoed through the night. In the group chat. Did you guys hear that? That scream. It was right outside. Was that Mia? She said the zombie was at her door. I replied, not me. That was the zombie. It's a big fan of extreme sports. Decided to go bungee jumping without a cord. The chat went silent. Finally, someone typed, so your ability item is a deed, too. I checked the username. Official seal, Mark. The next morning, I had a full dim sum brunch. I took pictures and sent them to Jake and Tiffany. Imagining their jealous, starving faces made the food taste even better. A new group announcement appeared. Admin_Chris, the situation outside is critical. The city is issuing a call to arms. We need everyone with combat-based abilities to join the fight against the zombies. Participants will receive extra supplies and 10 group points for every zombie killed. Professional response teams are on their way to Chicago. Help is coming. Jake was the first to respond. It's our duty to protect our home. I think everyone should be required to fight. 2 zombies per person, per week. If you don't meet the quota, you get kicked out of the group and no more supplies. He posted a video of himself neatly decapitating a zombie with his knife. The chat went quiet. Chris gently shut him down, rewarding him for his initiative but reiterating that participation was voluntary. Jake immediately sent me a screenshot of his extra supplies. See? In this world, you need people like me. I'm a protector. A provider. If you want to get back together, now's your chance. Once I become a hero, I'll have my pick of women. I replied, why didn't you touch your own face during the countdown? Jake, what? Then your ability would be a thick skin, impenetrable to shame. He spammed me with angry emojis. You think you're so safe in that house, Mia, but you have no way to defend yourself. Days passed. The government-supplied rations dwindled. The chat was full of pictures of stale crackers and cloudy water. The billionaire, however, was still posting pictures of gourmet meals. And a new player had emerged, official seal, Mark. He somehow managed to steal the billionaire's penthouse by altering the deed with his magical stamp. Tiffany, ever the opportunist, posted screenshots of all my food pictures. This is what Mia has. I'm sending you her address. Go get it. The chat buzzed with jealousy. Mark replied, I need her deed first. I have to manually alter the name and then stamp it for it to work. Jake jumped in, I have her deed. I'll go with you. I can protect you from zombies on the way. Just give me a share of the loot. Right. I'd forgotten he'd held onto it for safekeeping. Deal, Mark replied. 50/50ths. I was almost excited. They were bringing the fight to me. Perfect. I had a special surprise plan for them. I browsed my game folder and found the perfect one. They arrived at my door. I swung it open before they could even knock. Tiffany raised her lighter, ready to shoot a fireball, but I just smiled and tapped start game. The 3 of them vanished. On my holographic screen, a game of PUBG had just started. 3 avatars were plummeting from a plane, their faces masks of terror. The rules were simple: survive for 30 minutes, or be the last one standing. Let's see how long their little alliance would last in the battle royale. With them taken care of, I saw another update from Chris. The rescue teams have arrived. They are beginning to clear the city. The dawn is coming. He posted drone footage. Soldiers, organized and efficient, fighting back the horde. They were saving people, pulling children from the rubble, shielding civilians with their own bodies. I closed the video. I didn't want to get involved. But that night, I couldn't sleep. The determined, fearless look in the soldier's eyes haunted me. Then, an urgent request from Chris, anyone near Lincoln Park? A squad is pinned down, they have multiple wounded, they're about to be overrun. We need anyone with a combat ability to help. The responses were what you'd expect. Fear. Excuses. I sent a simple reply, send me the location. I'm on my way. Chris was hesitant, but I reminded him, if my ability was just a deed, how could I predict the weather? He sent the coordinates immediately. I typed the address into my Google Maps app and tapped teleport. I appeared in a trash department, surrounded by wounded soldiers. The squad leader stared at me. You're the backup? Hold on, I said. Let me clear the room. I opened my Norton antivirus app and hit scan. Scanning. 12 tier 1 and 3 tier 2 zombies detected within a 1-mile radius. Threat level, high. Clean now. A zombie burst through a nearby door, roaring. The leader shouted, look out. I just smiled and tapped yes. The zombie disintegrated into a cloud of dust. Cleaning complete. Your surroundings are now secure. The soldiers stared, speechless. I examined their wounds. They were bad. But as I started to treat one, they argued over who should go first. Even on the brink of death, they were thinking of their team. I pulled out a first aid kit and adrenaline shots from my PUBG inventory. In minutes, they were stabilized. Their awe was palpable. Ma'am, the leader said, we don't know how to thank you. I appeared in a trash department, surrounded by wounded soldiers. The squad leader stared at me. You're the backup? Hold on, I said. Let me clear the room. I opened my Norton antivirus app and hit scan. Scanning. 12 tier 1 and 3 tier 2 zombies detected within a 1-mile radius. Threat level, high. Clean now. A zombie burst through a nearby door, roaring. The leader shouted, look out. I just smiled and tapped yes. The zombie disintegrated into a cloud of dust. Cleaning complete. Your surroundings are now secure. The soldiers stared, speechless. I examined their wounds. They were bad. But as I started to treat one, they argued over who should go first. Even on the brink of death, they were thinking of their team. I pulled out a first aid kit and adrenaline shots from my PUBG inventory. In minutes, they were stabilized. Their awe was palpable. Ma'am, the leader said, we don't know how to thank you. On the way back to their base, we encountered another pack of zombies. The leader instinctively shielded me. It's okay, I said. I opened my Facebook Messenger app and activated stealth mode. Stay close. This will last about 3 minutes. I want to hear what they're saying. They looked at me like I was a god. You can go invisible and understand them? I opened my Google Translate app. The king has awakened. It requires energy. It is inside a human host. We must find the king, protect it, assimilate all humans. I relayed the message. The soldiers' faces went grim. We have to report this immediately. Back at the command center, Chris thanked me profusely and offered me a huge bag of supplies. I thought of the kid and his grandma and accepted it. I teleported to the boy's apartment. He was drawing. He proudly showed me a picture of a superhero. This is you, he said. I smiled and handed him the supplies. This is from the city. I was just in the neighborhood. He was overjoyed, but as he turned to tell his grandma, I grabbed his arm. My Google Lens app was flashing a bright red warning over the kindly-looking old woman in the corner. Zombie King. Larval stage. The old woman froze. She smiled sadly. I'm turning, aren't I? No, the boy cried. Grandma hasn't been outside. She hasn't been bitten. You've become a host, I said gently. I have to call the authorities. The boy's eyes filled with tears. Can they save her? I don't know, I said honestly. The soldiers arrived. The old woman was brave. It's okay, she told her grandson. If my old bones can help humanity, it's worth it. On my way home, I was tired of scanning for zombies. I just opened my Candy Crush app and enabled the auto-clear function. Any group of 3 or more zombies that got too close simply vanished in a shower of colorful sparks. Someone's drone caught it on camera and posted it to the group. The chat exploded. What is her ability? She can heal, teleport, and now this? I take back everything bad I ever said about her. Mia is a goddess. Jake, Tiffany, and Mark, finally released from their game, were silent. They, along with a few others, spammed the chat with groveling apologies. I looked at the malice meter next to their names. Still 100. I created a new group, added all of them to it, and then posted an invitation to a new game, a psychological horror one with endless loops. As the game swallowed them, I hurried home. The cold snap was over. I checked my weather app. The next phase was coming. Uncontrolled, rapid plant growth. The city was about to become a jungle. What now for humanity?